Hey, welcome to another edition of What's Next with Joey McGuire. That's Joey, Robert Giovanetti. And Coach, we just saw the show. Red Raiders now number 4 in the CFP.
Yeah, incredible. You know, extremely proud. We're going to fight like hell to stay in that spot on Saturday. But it's a really good spot for us. And what's really cool about that spot is it shows we're getting a lot of respect from the committee of what we've done this year.
And again, you never want to think about the negatives, but it does almost feel like now the Red Raiders are going to be in the playoff.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I think, the one thing I've said over the last week is I think that the Big 12 should get 2 in no matter what happens on Saturday. And whenever you're looking at the conference championship, you want to have a conference championship. I think it's a big deal. It's going to be huge at Arlington. But what you don't want to do is all of a sudden you've got teams that if you get penalized for being in the conference championship, having that extra game, that it hurts you in the playoffs. So it's almost like from what it used to be as far as like, hey, this is the conference champion. You fought all year long to be in this game, reward you for being in this game, don't penalize for what happens in the game.
College football, all of college athletics is, college athletics was slow to evolve.
Yeah.
Right. And this is why we're somewhat in the situation we're now, trying to make up for a lot of years of not evolving. College football still got to evolve a little bit. Don't you agree with where we're going to settle on number of teams, how this all plays out? It's still a little bit of a mess.
Yeah, I heard something today, and I said something today on the Pat McAfee show, and I was so fired up to be on that show. Yeah. And then there were comments about, well, what about all the Thanksgiving rivalries? Guess what? You just have the rivalries the week before.
Yeah, that's
like,
right.
What, is it that big of a deal that it's on Thanksgiving? Because some of those games aren't played on Friday or Saturday or whatever. So, at the end of the day, that game is still going to happen. It's just going to happen the week before if the calendar was moved up. We're behind the times in when we're talking about FBS and what we're doing. The Division III, Division II, the FCS, the NFL. Guess what? Texas high school football playoffs.
That's right.
They've
all figured it out.
They figured this thing out, And I actually went back today and listened to Mike Leach explain the playoffs, and it's a great video to watch.
And again, we talked about this last week on the show. He was a visionary in a lot of ways, but this was one he was really promoting the fact of how can these other schools do this, and we somehow all of a sudden we're worried about missing class time or something like that. You can still make it work where class time doesn't get affected.
Well, they are.
Yeah.
And they're graduating players, and there's guys that are very successful in life.
Did our own Blake Rowetter, didn't he go to South Dakota?
Man, I know what's crazy, but my guys are taking tests throughout the year while we're playing games.
Right.
So just because it's a final versus exam number 3,
yes,
and you're going to say that that's the reason we need the time off, come on, man.
If those are your reasons, Thanksgiving, you're on a weak footing, I think.
Well, it's that we're still stuck in the past. Like I will tell you, I didn't get to say it today, but you know what I think would be really cool? If you took all bowl games, put them at the first of the year, let the bowls invite who they want. So let's say the Cotton Bowl wanted Texas Tech versus Texas at the first of the year in a neutral site game. And then you're just in the playoffs. You're not in these bowls.
Man, that's a genius idea.
Well, if you think about it, you still get the bowls. The bowls still get their tradition. It's just now in August.
Yeah.
But now you're just in the playoffs whenever you get to this time of year.
And probably a lot of these bowls that we've seen, their attendance has been dropping off, their viewership has been dropping off. This is a chance to reinvigorate them.
Oh, man, you put that at the first of the year, like whatever it is, the Liberty Bowl, Team A versus Team B, you put that the first year, that's going to be the kickoff. They change everything. Their attendance, their viewership, everything changes if we did something like that.
I love that. What's next is really on cutting edge. These ideas.
Man, we could change college football.
Let's just give us a show and a room with some tables and computers, and we get it off.
Get it done.
Hey, today is also signing day, and it's funny how signing day has kind of changed. It used to be, and it's still a big deal. It's all these guys we're about to talk about, but it seems like with the early signing now, we don't have that traditional February time that everyone looks forward to, and it all pretty much gets put to bed now in December.
I love it.
Yeah.
You know, because you don't have to keep a class for an extra, you know, December and January. You know, our guys are going to sign, you know, whenever you do have the early signing days. Our guys signed this morning. We got it out of the way. We're celebrating it. I mean, I am so fired up about this class. And what's really cool about this class is 17 of them will be here the first week of school whenever we'll be in practice and everything. That's the plan anyway. They'll be here whenever we start the second semester and be in the weight room, be on the training table, getting ready to go through spring football. I mean, I'm fired up to get them here.
How cool would that be for these guys to be here as you guys are getting ready for a CFP semifinal or something like that? That's an invaluable experience.
Yeah, you know, they changed the rule where they wouldn't be able to practice. You know, you could do that last year, but what they would be is they would be able to have that experience,
watch it, right? Be a part of it.
See what's going on.
Yeah, it's fun. All right, let's talk about some of these guys going to be here. Start a quarterback, a kid from Savannah, Georgia, Stephen Cannon.
Yeah, man, I'm fired up about Stephen. He's a big, big arm quarterback. When I'm really fired up, he is a dual threat. Like, he can flat out run. I mean, in high school on the GPS, he ran over 21 miles per hour. He reminds me a lot of Haynes King. A kid out of Texas that's playing for Georgia Tech right now. He reminds me a lot of Haynes King, one of those big physical guys. I got to watch him play and, man, was so impressed with him. Phenomenal family.
Okay, running back Ashton Rowden.
Yeah, Ashton is out of the 903. He's out of Beast, Texas.
Ace.
Yeah, everybody's going to call him Ace. Very physical, big physical back. You know, he's already over 200 pounds. And he's going to fit right in. The great thing is we've got such a strong room that, like Taj did with them, Jacoby and Cam and all those guys will really be able to grow him up.
You know, last year when we did a signing day show, we talked about a friendship wide receiver, Leighton Stone.
Yeah.
Now we go back to the well. Another Tech kind of, his mom works for us at Texas Tech, Chase Campbell.
Yeah, Chase is a dynamic playmaker. I would be shocked if he is not playing for us at a really high level really early. Long, can go get the football, a lot like Leighton, just absolutely incredible ball skills and can absolutely run. I think he gets his speed from his mom, kind of like Leighton did also.
Yeah, his mom, a Hall of Fame track and field athlete from Arkansas.
Yeah, so I mean, he's special.
Yeah, his dad could play a little bit too. So, all right, let's look at other wide receiver, Amari Jewell.
Yeah, Amari, man, is coming from a great program, a great head coach in Forney, Texas, a good friend of mine, Jeff Fleener, and man, I'm really excited about him because, like, where Chase, I think he can play inside, outside. He's more of an outside guy, really long, big receiver. Amari can play both, but I think we'll be able to slide him in, and he can run.
Another guy taken from SEC territory, when I first saw his stats, I thought this has to be wrong in his size. Offensive lineman Jacob Crow.
Yeah, he is a big man. Like, he will walk in, and he looks like Howard Sampson.
Yeah.
I mean, he's 6'8", 300-plus pounds. Really excited, true tackle, body, and what we say, big people beat up little people. He is actually playing for the state championship this weekend.
All right, so he's, again, is it Alcoa, Tennessee?
And Stephen Cannon is also playing for the state championship this weekend.
So it's a big weekend, not only for the Red Raiders, but some of the future Red Raiders. Bryce Gilmore, another offensive lineman.
Yeah, we are living in Prosper, man. Like, this will be the fourth Prosper football player we have. Chris Lemons, Ellis Davis, Connor Carty, and now Bryce. Bryce is a tackle, another really big player, great size, really high football IQ. It's amazing. He has grown tremendously as a player, leaps and bounds from last year to this year, and it's got a huge upside.
Another, again, all these guys now, you would just take it for granted their size, but J.J. Mays, another 300-pounder. He's from Pflugerville.
He is going to remind everybody of Caleb Rogers.
All right, that's a good
comp. His body type and his personality.
Are we going to have him hosting a basketball game?
There is a really good chance that he will. I'm telling you, whenever I say this is Caleb Rogers,
all right,
this is Caleb Rogers. Really athletic. He's an interior offensive lineman. We could play him at guard and center with a big personality and a phenomenal family.
Okay, another big offensive lineman, Felix Ojo.
Felix is, one of the most athletic lineman that I've ever watched on film, 6'7", and you're talking about one of the most recruited athletes in the nation. A 5-star. That I think he's the number one guy out of the state of Texas. And, man, I'm really excited. I feel like he'll make an impact early. One of those guys that you would expect to be a left tackle for a long time for the Red Raiders.
Yeah, you brought something up that I should have said at the beginning. A lot of these guys highly sought after by a lot of schools.
Oh, yeah. We're going to have, when it's all said and done, it's going to be interesting at the end of the day. Once everybody's signed and they rank the class, we should have a top 20 class in the nation.
Yeah, crazy. Going to the defensive side of the ball, another big body, A.J. Johnson.
Yeah, A.J. is a true nose. He's as big as Lee Hunter right now. Extremely long arms. I think he benched 460 pounds in high school.
Yeah.
He is a block. He is a true nose guard.
All-name team from just up the road in Amarillo, Crush Johnson.
Yeah, what a fit at Texas Tech, Crush Johnson. Crush reminds me a mixture of A.J. Holmes and Skylar Gill-Howard. Really good size, very, very athletic. This is a kid, as a junior, had 103 tackles in the defensive line. Man, that's if you hit 50, right? If you hit 50 tackles in the defensive line, you were extremely active. This guy had 103.
Dang. All right, we're looking forward to him coming down the road. Another guy from Savannah, LaDamian Guyton, an outside linebacker.
So reclassified, he was the number one player in the country in the 2027 class.
He was he was highly sought after.
Yes, and has now moved in to the 2026 class, top 10 in the country. What he looks like already, and I'm not kidding about this, he looks like Romello Height right now. That's the body type, and extremely twitchy. And they play him. I went and watched him. The whole game plan was don't run to him. They ran away from him. Coach even put him in the wildcat position and saw him pick up 5 or 6 yards in a 4th and 3 situation.
And again, if you've heard us talk about Mello or seen him in person, he knows where the weight room is.
Oh, yeah. He does, man.
Yeah, that's a great – again, your comps are really fantastic for some of these guys. Another outside linebacker, DeMarcus Marks.
DeMarcus is coming out of a great program. A.J. Holmes, the exact same school in the Houston area. Long, twitchy guy. We're trying to add. We're adding to that defensive line. We want to be able to, of course, bring some guys in, but we also want to grow some of our guys up, and these guys are going to really help. Yeah,
another linebacker, Kagan Ash, a Texas kid.
Okay, so here's the thing about Kagan, and right now he plays offense and defense. They have a great chance to win a state championship.
Yeah, you said he was playing, yeah.
This guy has a chance to set the all-time career rushing record in the entire state of Texas. So he has a chance to break Kenneth Hall's record that has stood for, I want to say, 50 to 60 years. Could be totally wrong. We get Dowdy to look that up. But literally, he already has, I think, the all-time scoring record for a single season. The guy is an absolute freak. I have never seen him run slower than 4.4 on any clock in any camp.
Goodness, at that size, that's pretty impressive,
man. So we're gonna do a lot with him.
I'll say another guy you could maybe see a Wildcat, right?
Yeah.
To put him in there. Another linebacker, this one at Oklahoma, Cord Nolan.
Yeah, Cord Nolan playing for the state championship out of Bixby. It's funny, he's already got a great mustache, so he fits,
he'll fit right in.
He does. He fits right in. He reminds me a lot of Ben Roberts. Coming out of high school. Ben played more safety than linebacker, but really high football IQ, can run, physical, great personality off the field, nasty personality on the field.
You like that combination. In the secondary, you got Luke Hamilton out of Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Luke, that is where his family's from.
Yeah,
he's actually coming out of Bronzeville. Really a cover corner. He's got great speed, really good length. I'm really excited about him. And like all these guys, man, they got great personalities. This class is very unique. I start a group text with every class, and it grows as we get a commit. And a lot of times they'll have my group text, but they'll make their own group text. I sent out out to them, hey guys, your head coach is going to be here for another 7 years, which we know I'm going to be here forever.
Yeah.
Man, it lit up. But that's how that group text is, man. Like they text each other all the time in that group text.
Yeah. You teased my close for the show, but we'll get back to that. Safety, Aaron Bradshaw.
Yeah, coming from North Crowley, won a state championship last year at North Crowley. He reminds me a mixture of BJ and Cole. He's got really good length. He's a very physical player, great tackler, and comes from a great program. His head coach is an absolute stud.
Another guy in the secondary, Noah Lewis.
Yeah, he is. It's fun with some of these guys because they play multiple positions. Because he plays offense and defense. We're going to play him at corner. Coming from a really good program, they just got knocked out of the playoffs. Really physical guy. They can play safety and corner.
I hate that I'm going to mispronounce his name. Savorian Martin.
Boss, just call him Boss.
All right,
man.
call him Boss.
You're talking about a really long, athletic corner that can flat out run. I mean, he is a little bit like what we had a couple years ago with Malik and Rashad, as far as like he's a 6'2" corner. What's really good about, there's a number of these guys also that have been selected to play in that Navy All-Star, the old Adidas All-Star game. He's playing in it. J.J. Mays is playing in it. Felix is playing in it. There's
fantastic
a good number.
Okay, another safety, Maddox Quiller.
Maddox fits right in to where I think he could play all three positions. That's why we really liked him. He could play that star position. He could play our strong safety / free safety, and then the boundary. What I love about him, he can run, and he's got a really high football IQ.
And last guy in the class, just alphabetically and position-wise, Donovan Webb.
Man, you're talking about, so again, he fits right in with whenever we talk about guys that can play multiple positions. He played wide receiver. He played running back. I mean, he had multiple touchdowns where he played running back, receiver, and then go over and intercept the ball and return it. Donovan is he can grow into a star and is physical, but he reminds me a lot of B.J. Jordan, a guy that can run sideline to sideline and is going to be a great tackler.
And so there's the class. And you talked about this in your media Monday. It does seem to be a complete class. It's like you don't see many holes in that.
No, I mean, because we got receivers. Last year we signed 4 receivers, so this year we signed 2. We've got a quarterback. You got to have a quarterback every class. We got a good running back. We got offensive linemen. The one spot that we're didn't take in the high school that we're really looking at because we missed on the guy that we wanted is at tight end. So we'll look, and keep looking at that position. Probably going to be a portal. You flip over, you got defensive linemen, outside linebackers, inside linebackers, corners, and safety. So you covered the entire defense, and really you covered the entire offense besides tight end.
And you love having a class like this. You kind of grow with the program again, because we'll add some portal guys too for veterans and else. So that's going to be a great way to tidy up this class when that's all said and done.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right, you mentioned it. Great news. I hate to sound like I'm bragging. I'm not. That I was lucky enough to be able to fly to Waco when we picked you up to bring you back to Lubbock. And so it's just so great to watch how this whole thing has transpired. And we announced that you got the new 7-year deal. And how great is that for you, Texas Tech, just this whole relationship?
Man, it's incredible. I mean, how I am, there'll be more extensions coming out
for sure.
On the rest of our staff or different part of our sports staff where they will get bumps and everything before anything, ever happened with me. I always start with the people that work with us. Whenever we started talking about this, we've been talking about it for a while. I just wanted to make sure, I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, getting into the Big 12 championship was all or nothing for me. Like it literally was. I mean, I'm pushing all my chips in and would have felt like a failure if we didn't get there. If we would have won 10 games, I still would have been disappointed in the season. And so we kind of held off and everything. We've been talking about it. Man, I'm so happy because that puts me through 7 years and I'll be, I think, 61, and I'll still be the most energetic coach in the nation whenever it comes to that. And then we'll do it again, man, because I'll never retire, and I'm planning to be here all the rest of my life. And I want everybody to know that this was the place I wanted to be. I've been 4 places in my life. And we've talked about that before: Crowley, Cedar Hill, Baylor, and Texas Tech, and that's it. I'm not like these other guys. I don't believe in putting my name out. My people, it's crazy. I always laugh. My 13-year-old self would laugh that I have representatives. But,
have your people talk to my people.
My Alex, he knows. Like, he'll call and say, hey, so-and-so, and I'm like, dude, you already know. I'm a Red Raider. Don't put my name anywhere and tell them not to call. So I'm not like that. There's a lot of people, that maybe got raises off of that maybe they were in other jobs, or maybe they weren't. They just kind of put it out there.
Sure.
For us, Debbie and I, man, we love it, Texas. We love Texas Tech, and all we want to do is win the Big 12 and win a national title every single year that we're here.
We were talking about it, our creative team earlier today, about how special this season is. I texted. Again, a lot of these wins have been very emotional for a long-time fans, and I texted Rodney Allison in the bus on the way. We had a long bus ride back to the airport in West Virginia. I texted Rodney, and I was like, I hope you got to watch that today. And now Rodney was quarterback on a pretty good team.
Great team.
He said, this is the best Texas Tech team in history, and I thought that was pretty cool coming from him.
Well, if there's going to be some people that challenge that. Darcel always challenges me. Bath, he always messes with me and everything. Yeah. But if there's one person that would know, it would be that man.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about a guy that wears the double T every single day.
Every day.
Probably wears it to bed. His pajamas probably have double T's on. and that guy, number one, was one of the best to ever play here at Texas Tech. And, man, that's a huge honor for him to say that, because he knows football. He's coached it. He's coached it at this level, at a very high level, at some great programs for some great coaches. And, man, that's about as high a compliment as you can get whenever he says that.
And I told him, I said, Rodney, Rodney's in Hawaii now. I said, you got to come back for a CFP game or something.
Yeah.
So hopefully we get him back here to watch this. But it's great to see it kind of bringing people together. And Rodney's team was just a whisker away from probably playing for a national championship and didn't quite get there. And so it's fun to see these guys really enjoy the success as well.
Yeah, man, it's huge. And you know what? If you can get it worked out and tell Rodney to come, we're hoping it's the quarterfinals, semifinals, or the national championship. But I'll get him here. You just got to tell him and his beautiful wife, I'll take care of everything if he'll just commit to it.
Rodney doesn't love to fly, so he's got to really commit. I think once he gets here, he's got to stay. If he comes for the quarterfinals, he needs to stay.
Ride it out with us.
Yeah, but I think it's been great to me hearing fans and just experiencing it, just how it all ties together. I was telling our team, I said, my dad, who passed away last year, we sit in Section 6, and he'd say, we're waiting for this championship year. We're going to have it. So many fans have just held out that hope for it, and you guys have delivered it this year.
Well, we got to finish it off. We're in the game, and what I told the team today was, we've earned the right to be in the game. Now we've got to go earn the right to win it. By the way, we practiced this week. We had a great practice Tuesday, and so it's one of those deals. I mean, I get it. I've told you this story before. I mean, in January in a hotel restaurant, there's a gentleman, 75 years old, that said he's been waiting for us to win the Big 12, and he said, "Man, could you do it before I pass away?" Man, I'm hoping I know he hasn't. He's still with us. Oh, he's watching, and he'll be watching on Saturday.
Well, it's going to be such a great moment, and again, I'm glad we're playing for it. All you can ask for is to be in that situation. Yeah. They've got players too. They're
really good.
They've got stories too. Obviously, the Red Raiders dominated here earlier in the year, but every game's different, and I think it's just great to be in the mix.
Yeah, no doubt, man. It's great to be in the conversation. It's really cool to see the double T sitting in that bracket at number 4.
That's
CFP,
pretty cool, yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah, we were watching it tonight in our office, and we were like, let's just freeze frame this. This is fun to be in the conversation every week, and it's great. And so proud of you and Debbie, and glad you guys are going to be here at least 7 more years. That's just a start.
That's
right?
just
like you
start,
said,
man,
you guys will be here at least, probably put a 1 in front of that, right?
No doubt.
71-year-old Joey McGuire out there on the...
Oh, trust me, I'll still have the
Well,
juice.
You can see Pete Carroll and those guys. I mean,
I promise you I have more juice than Pete Carroll, and he's got a lot of juice.
He does have a lot,
Yeah.
but I can see Joey McGuire them going, man, can you believe this guy's 71?
Yeah.
So that's a ways away. But you know, congratulations on the contract. Look forward to the news on the rest of the staff. But really looking forward to Saturday. It's going to be hopefully a special day for Red Raider Nation.
Yes, sir.
All right. For Joey McGuire, I'm Robert Giovanetti. This has been What's Next, Wreck 'em.
Wreck 'em.